Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. Hey, we're back at it with one of my favorite whiskey brands, period.
All I got is bourbon.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. All right, before we dive into the brand new 2025 limited release of the Michters Barrel Strength Rye, the Judge has been on the road. Whew. We've been, for our Patron community, we've been doing various different barrel picks. And I'll actually talk about all those in a future episode, but really excited to see the growth of our community. We have a wonderful, and I mean, we truly have a wonderful Patron community. It really is like a family, honestly. So I've been on the road hanging out with patrons. We did numerous different barrel picks in person, and we had some meetups, some hangouts. So we've had a little bit of fun. We've had just a smidge, just a little bit of fun. And of course, always sharing great whiskey as well. Speaking of great whiskeys, so when you think about Michters, what comes to mind? I've reviewed Michters on a ton of different occasions. Actually, Michters was the first, it was the first episode ever on the Bourbon Judge channel. I reviewed, I think it was the Michters Small Batch Bourbon. So, hey, we're coming back home, right? We're coming back home. So Michters always holds a very, very special place in my heart. One of my favorite whiskey brands. And then when you think about this rye, what kind of makes this rye unique for Michters as a whole? So when you think about the barrel strength rye, what's really cool about Michters, not just the barrel strength rye, but just in general, they have a lower barrel entry proof at 103 proof. Most distilleries are a little bit higher, anywhere from like 115, and then most others like 125. Theirs is 103. So if you ever get a Michters capturing product, bourbon or rye, it's typically not in the 120s or 130s because their barrel entry is 103. I think personally, it preserves a lot more of the flavor going into the whiskey, like going into the barrel and so forth. And as an example, with this 2025 limited release, this one comes in at 110.2 proof, which is actually, honestly, for them, pretty up there. Most of the other releases I've had for the barrel strength rye or even bourbons, 107, 106, 108, maybe even 105. So to see 110.2, I'm like, all right, that's actually pretty high for Michters. Not bad. But in addition to the barrel entry proof, the other cool thing about Michters is the fact of I call Dan McKee, the master distiller, as well as Andrea Wilson, the master maturation. They are the king and queens, literally, of like toasting barrels. Their whole toasting process, they have it down to a science. And I think that's the reason why Michters has such a strong brand. I think that even like now, it's like I think it was 2 years in a row, they've been the world's most admired whiskey brand. And a lot of that is because of Dan McKee as well as Andrea Wilson. They're doing it right. A Kentucky-based brand, one that I, again, myself personally love also. So this 2025 release is coming in at exactly 110.2 proof. It is a limited release, obviously very highly allocated as a lot of the other, barrel strength or even like their 10-year products are. But you can definitely find them, right? So from an availability standpoint, you might have to put a little bit of work into it, but they definitely are available. Let's go ahead and get to the nose real quick. So for this brand new release, MSRP on this one is $120. Now that's MSRP. We all understand if you go to certain stores, it might be marked up a few dollars. Just kind of depends on the store, but hopefully if you find it, it'll be at MSRP or at least close to it. All right, let's go and get into this real quick. So $120 MSRP. Ooh, goodness gracious. Oh man. Oh gosh, that nose is very nice. I poured this a while, wanted to kind of open up a little bit. Very nice. Oh. So the other cool thing about Michters, the barrel strength rye, is the fact that for me personally, one thing I always love about them is when I get into the nose, it always has like that graham cracker or almost like a graham cracker s'mores type of a note to it. Very chocolate, graham cracker type of a nose to it. And their rye, even though it is a rye, in my opinion, they are a bourbon drinker's rye. So what does that mean? the majority of the mash bill, of course, at least 51%, of course, is obviously rye. But the secondary ingredient, the majority of it is corn. And then there's obviously some malted barley as well. But because there's a higher percentage of corn in the mash bill, it truly is a bourbon drinker's rye. Very much so. Oh, gosh. I love it. You definitely get like the spice from the rye, but it's not overpowering. It's chocolate, it's pepper, graham crackers. Oh man, that's so nice. Some vanilla. Oh, that is really nice. I'm telling you. That is really, really nice. All right. Hey, real quick. 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are your thoughts on just Michters products as a whole, and then in particular, the barrel strength rye. If you haven't tried the 2025 version, let me know if you tried other versions. And last but not least, please make sure you also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right, here we go. Cheers. Ooh, that's so good. Damn, that's good. That's good. I let this sit for I opened it and let it sit for a good, maybe 20, 25 minutes. And I'm glad I did that. Sometimes I'll do a fresh, crack, just crack it open, pour it, and then just review it instantly within 2 to 3 minutes. But I let this sit for a good 20, 25 minutes. And that, oh man, that is so nice. Wow, I need one more sip real quick. Hold on. Everything in the nose matches the palate. It's a great influence of chocolate, graham cracker, vanilla, but you still get at the core a good bit of rye, of that spice rye, I should say, from the pepper notes that are coming from the rye. So it still tells you at the end of the day, it is a rye, but it's definitely a bourbon drinker's rye. I love this for the fact of a lot of times I've not this particular bottle, but older versions of this one. I've shared it with friends that are truly more bourbon drinkers and they're not big fans of rye. And I'll put this in a blind with a few other different bottles, and they always guess that this is a bourbon. And obviously they're always wrong. So it just goes to show that it truly sips like a bourbon drinker's rye. It really does. This, my friends, oh my gosh, there's one last little sip in here. You guys know me. I never, ever leave great whiskey in a glass. And I'm not going to start today. Last sip. Damn. That's so good. All right. So, it's a nice long finish. Mid palate to end of the palate. Nice long finish. Everything in the nose matches the palate. Folks, is this a buy, a do not buy, or leave it on the shelf? I think I give it away. This is a definite buy. It's so good. I'm going back for one more pour. That's how good it is. I think this might be even way better than the last release that they put out for their barrel strength rye. I'm going to have to do that side by side. Oh my goodness. This is truly a wonderful, and I mean wonderful experience. But I'm telling you folks, if you see this on the shelf, please grab it. It's absolutely worth MSRP $120. I honestly might even go up to $130, $145, maybe $150. I wouldn't go past that, but this is an excellent, and I mean an excellent and solid pour. Hey friends, as we say in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important. So take care. See you guys.